Hey everybody, it's Julie the Whippy Chick here, and if you are like me and you crochet quite a bit, you probably have a lot of this going on in your house too. Lots of pieces of scraps, right? And also, if you're like me, you're kind of thrifty and you don't want to just throw it in the garbage. You want to use it to make something else. So you have options. You could use this to make teeny tiny blankets. Or you can make what I like to call a magic ball. A magic ball is a bunch of scrap yarn that's pieced together using magic knots and all wound together into one big ball. You can then use these big balls of yarn to make a blanket, like a scrap blanket. That's my favorite thing to do with them, and I'll actually put in some pictures of some of the scraps that I've made in the past. Scrap blankets that I've made in the past, I should say. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I think is pretty important when making a magic ball is that your yarn be pretty similar in weight and type. So these are all acrylic 4-weight yarns. You're not going to want to throw in some wool sock weight yarn. It's not going to work, okay? You want to have all of your yarn be similar weight and same type. Okay, so I never mix my cotton with my acrylic or my yarn with my cotton, that sort of thing, so that it makes it easier for washing. Okay, so let me grab a couple of balls here. I'm going to use the orange and the green, and I'm going to show you how I make a magic knot. So I line them up together like this, side by side, and we are going to tie the orange piece around the green piece. So I make like a loop like that, and I slip it under, and I tie the orange yarn into a knot, and it just happens to be wrapping itself around the green. And then I do the same thing with the green. I tie that one around the orange. Hopefully you can see this okay. And I don't tighten it all the way yet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold each strand and pull it. And look at that, it makes a magic knot. Then I'm going to take both pieces of orange, tighten them nice and tight. Do the same thing with the green, make it nice and tight. And then I'm going to pull them again. And that is going nowhere. From there, I'm going to grab my scissors, and just like I always say, cute scissors cut best. I'm going to cut that as short as I possibly can without cutting the actual knot. And as you know, crochet tends to create a pretty thick fabric, like my sleeve, and it's very easy to hide a knot of this size. From there, we're just going to go ahead and continue to wind our yarn ball. And now look, we've magically changed it to green. And if you prefer to use a yarn winder, that's fine, that works too. I love to use my yarn winder, but for tutorial purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and wind it by hand. Maybe I'll even wind it really fast. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next color. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use red this time. So I'm gonna tie the red to the green and the green to the red. Just going to go ahead and tie a knot right around the red strand. And I'm going to do the same thing with the red. Tie it right around the green strand. Pull those strands, tighten them down a little bit, pull them again, going nowhere. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Okay, and then you're just going to snip your yarn again, nice and close to the knot without cutting the actual knot, remember. And continue winding your bow. And that's really it. That's all there is to it. From there, you just crochet whatever project you're going to make, whether it's, you know, a granny square or granny rectangle or corner to corner, whatever you choose, and your color is going to change automatically. And I love that. It's also kind of a fun surprise because you have no idea how it's going to turn out. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you get to work making your own magic ball really, really soon. And once you do, and you have some really cool project you want to share, come on over to the Whippy Chick Connections Facebook group and show me what you made. I'd love to see it. All right, everybody, have a great, great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.